The purpose of today's meeting is to discuss the development of a pilot program involving a registry for our diabetic patients. We developed a simple database for the diabetic registry, and we only took into account at this time 4 factors, which were included as basic measures for tracking progress with the management of diabetes. A1C, the measurement of the average blood sugar levels over time, typically 2 to 3 months. FBS, fasting blood sugar, a measurement of blood sugar levels after 8 hours of fasting. Weight, because fluctuating body weight, weight gain or loss, can be related to type 1 and type 2 diabetes and can be used to determine how accurately a recommended diet is being followed. And finally, blood pressure, a measure of how much pressure circulating blood is exerting on blood vessel walls. Please again keep in mind we only selected 4 factors for the pilot to keep the database simple and easy to manipulate. The 4 selected factors were placed into separate tables for integration with a table which includes basic patient demographics, first and last name, sex, medical record number, street address, city, state, zip code, and phone number. We utilize the medical record number as a prime key to assist with integrating the records and preserving the integrity of the database. This also allows us to examine the information, to analyze it, and to present it to patients while still maintaining HIPAA compliance by only using medical record numbers. The following slides demonstrate the creation of the 5 tables in SQL. They also demonstrate how easy it is to create additional tables depending on the needs of our organization and the demands of our insurance providers in caring for these patients. This simply shows you the various slides that were created: A1C, fasting blood sugars, weight, blood pressure. And then after those tables were created, an insert command was used to populate the data into the tables. A sample follows on the next slide. So if we have someone programming, this is pretty much the information that they would be putting in to populate the registry. While the initial database contains only 20 patients, the plan is to continue to expand this database and add additional factors for examination in hopes of providing better education and follow-up with patients with diabetes. A sample follows of data related to A1C scores and the difference between the female and male patients included in our database. So this simply would show you, we would have the patient's name if we so desired, their A1C, and their sex, and information regarding their different lab results. Having created a table with all of the A1C data compiled, the author then created a second view with data for only female patients. Again, the following slides show the statement that was created and the subsequent view of the data. An additional view was created to illustrate the A1Cs for male patients. Again, the following slides show the statement that was used to create the view and the view itself. As I stated before, the medical record number was used as the prime key for joining data from different tables. This demonstrates that views could be created for information from the other 3 tables that were created during the initial pilot, and that the potential for the creation of additional views is endless. This simply would show you an overview of the different kinds of database information that can be presented. In putting together the database, we looked at granting information or the capability to 4 different users. We had the administrator, myself. We have one user with backup capabilities. We have one user that can enter and modify the data that's in the system, and then we have a user who could access specific views. We created those different users and different capabilities to reflect their need for information, their ability to analyze the information, and again, to keeping HIPAA compliance in terms of only giving information to people who actually had a reason to need it. I think it's relatively easy to see from this presentation that the expansion of this database to include all of our diabetic patients represents a giant step forward in educating and managing the care of our patients. It also allows us the opportunity to easily analyze data regarding our patients and determine the key factors that we should focus on as an organization. Thank you very much for your time. References follow.